It's mad, it's mad, it's mad. So, I just wanted to give you a quick life update before I just get back into filming. That's why it looks like that. My camera's... Yeah, just wanted to give you a quick life update before I just jump back into doing things. So obviously I've gone from, like, when I first did the channel, like, I came in with a bang. Like, I was doing like probably 2-3 videos a week, at least 2 a week anyway. And then obviously a lot of life changes just started happening. Obviously I just had a baby. I was planning a major holiday. In that, I started the process of moving house. Then during all of that, I was looking to go back into work off maternity leave. So all of that at once, it was too much. It was too much, like, to the point where there was some, like, I hadn't even finished decorating. The walls weren't painted. So what am I going to record it? Like, it was just mad. It was just mad. But now I feel like it started to simmer down. Things are like back to normality now. I'm settled in. Obviously, I'm still not done. I'm settled in. I've been back to work. I've done a couple of shifts. I've dabbled here and there. And I'm ready. I'm ready for you guys again. So obviously I've got loads of new content. I'm thinking of what I'm not thinking of. I'm expanding the channel to my household because obviously I want it to be a family channel. I want, like, you know, Bae to get involved. We'll see how he feels about that. He's one day yeah, the next day no. The kids, like, obviously, I don't know, there's just a lot in life that, you know, it's just, you're gonna get the whole picture. But yeah, I'm just ready to get back into it. Like, I hope you lot are ready. So yeah, just wanted to give you a little quick life update, just let you know what's been going on. I've not fell off. Like, I've still been putting out content. Like, I did my snack swap, go and check that out. When I went to Cali, I did the whole Cali vlog. What else? And then before that, like, that was like, I think that was September, like, going into October. No, it was like October I dropped that. We're only in November now, so give me that. I had one last month. And then before that, I had the Dudley Zoo vlog. So obviously I've come from, you know, doing one a week to now one a month. I'm ready. Also, on top of that, I've been so stressed. Like, you can imagine, with all of these things going on, I've been mad stressed. Like, I'm not really a stressed person. I don't get stressed, but I've been stressed, like, not to the point of probably where the average person would be, but I've been to a point of, yo, is this life kind of thing? Like, is this really what's going on? But yeah, I'm out of that. Well, yeah, I'm out of that, it's safe to say. And yeah, I'm just ready to get back to it. Like, I had like a real, like, dampener. Like, when I just used to think about editing, I'd think, nah, like, there's no way I'm willing to sit down and put that effort into doing these things. But obviously, I'm out of that mindset now. I'm back motivated. I've motivated myself, to be honest. Back into it, getting back to business. And I'm ready. So yeah, like I said, I'm glad to be back. I've missed it. I've really missed it. Like, I've missed just sitting in my room and talking to a camera. No, I'm only joking, but I've missed the whole vibe. I've missed, I don't know, I just feel like I'm back to myself. So I'm ready to get back into it. So be prepared. I don't even want to make no promises and say I'm going to drop 2 videos a week, but I'm going to attempt to, because I've got a lot of stuff that I'm about to be getting into. So I will be filming everything. So whatever I do, you're going to get it. So yeah, just look out for that. Obviously, look out for my next video. But yeah, not to go on too much. I just wanted a quick life update because what's going on, and I'm gonna get back to it. So obviously, comment, like, subscribe. There's nothing to really share, but share if you want to. Let the world know a bitch is back, and yeah, let's get it. Okay, by the way, and I just looked back at that video, and I don't know what was going on with that camera. Like, anyway, that camera's being scrapped. Right, obviously, as you can tell from the title, you already know what I'm going to be talking about. Yeah? Yeah, you already know what I'm going to be talking about. It's going to be my experience breastfeeding. As you know, obviously, I got 2 girls. One's 2. How old is she exactly? 24 she's maybe about 28, 29 months now. Now the baby wants crying on now. And then one's 9 months. Oh, 9 months, I just realised. So basically, sorry, my plaits keep sticking up and it fucks me up. Yeah, so obviously I've had 2 completely different experiences. Obviously check out one of my previous videos about tongue tie as well. That comes in essentially when breastfeeding, and it is a thing that you need to identify from day 1. And I'm telling you, from day 1 you will know, because the pain you will be in when breastfeeding, you will know something ain't right. Breastfeeding is not painful at all, period. The baby's supposed to be there and you pretty much don't even feel like nothing's going on. So breastfeeding is supposed to be completely pain-free. Unless you get stuff like, you know, cracked nipples, dry nipples, then you buy nipple gel and you're nice, but you'll be able to visibly see that it's dry, it's cracking, it's bleeding, whatever, and you go and get that sorted. But tongue tie is something different. Tongue tie is, oh my god, what is this pain? I'm about to cry. But obviously find out all of that in the other video. This one's about just breastfeeding in general. So obviously my first time giving birth, 2017. Immediately after giving birth, I was brought into surgery because I had the degree tears. So during that time, obviously the baby couldn't feed. I was in surgery for like 2-3 hours, or at least it felt like that, because it was a what is it, not a life saving. I was awake. I fell asleep during the surgery, but I was awake. I was just I don't know what the difference is, local anesthetic, whatever it is. I was on the one where you're still awake, but you can't feel nothing. Pretty much paralyzed from the waist down. Very weird experience. But anyway, the baby didn't eat for all that time because obviously I'm the meal provider and I was in surgery. So I came out. And then I'm trying to breastfeed, so obviously I'm getting like the little tiniest bits, but obviously that's all they need at that point. Like, they just need the little drops that are coming out. It was that bad actually. Like, all right, when I come out of the surgery, my bottom half is still paralyzed, so I couldn't even sit up properly to breastfeed. Like, I couldn't even move my bottom up because I felt like I had no bottom half. Like, it was the most irregular. I suppose it's the feeling that you feel when you have an epidural, which I ain't had. So, well, technically I did, but for the after surgery, not for the baby. So yeah, I'm going off. But the point is, I wasn't able to breastfeed straight away. I had to like squeeze it out into a little syringe, and then whatever came out, the baby had, and she was fine. I was thinking, the baby's fine. We want like a drop of milk, like if you ever saw the drop of milk. But she was fine. She was loving it. She was good to go. I already in my head made the decision that if I can breastfeed, I'm going to breastfeed. Like, that's a fact. Read up on it. I know that breastfeeding is without a doubt the best thing that you can give a newborn baby. Some people breastfeed till, you know, ridiculous ages, till the babies all got teeth, but not her. But I always will attempt to breastfeed. So, following that, now the next day, we're doing like the whole latching on. The baby's fine, she's getting onto it, she's eating. Every so often I'd feel a bit like something ain't right, it's a bit uncomfortable, or she doesn't feel like she's fully the way she's supposed to be. So I'd swap. I found different techniques. I tried a different position. I may show you some positions in another video. With like a doll or something, because there's quite a few, and the most unlikely one worked for me. So from there now, yeah, I was breastfeeding fine. So my sister-in-law had got me a Medela electric breast pump, yeah. So I'm gassed. I'm thinking, manual pump, who? I've got this to get me. Like, this thing goes for like $2 plus in the shop. So I ain't gonna lie, I would have never got it myself, but since it was given to me, Thank you, I'm gonna use it. Yeah, a couple days in now, I'm breastfeeding, and obviously it's fine, but like it was a big chore in the sense of I've got things to do, I'm not gonna lie. Like obviously I'm still young, so my life was extremely active. I say was because now I'm such a granny, but yeah, I say was because I'm a complete granny now, like, and unapologetically as well. I was always a homebody, but now forget about it. Anyway, back on topic. Breastfeeding hair fine, so I decided to dabble. Why wouldn't I? I've got a breast pump, I'm gonna use it. So I begin using this breast pump. Obviously the thing with breastfeeding is you don't ever know what the baby's getting. So with a pump, how do you know when to stop? How do you know when to stop or to measure up how much your baby should be getting or is getting when you just don't know how much your baby has generally? So with the breast pump came a book. I actually haven't got the breast pump with me somewhere. I think I left it at my old house, but it's still there. I'm gonna get it, and I'll probably do a whole tutorial because the breast pump's sick, like I can't lie. It's a really good top of the line breast pump. So it come with all the little book in there, and it told me, I think it was like to begin with, it said to give the baby 3 ounces. So I'm pumping 3 ounces, and not just any 3 ounces, I'm pumping 3 ounces per side, you know. So I'm doing 6 ounces within, I'd say about, and obviously I won't lie, it gave me my freedom because I was like breastfeeding in the night, sometimes in the day, but like it was just a real drag, like it was a real drag on the day when I would run to go and get in the bath, the baby wants feeding. I'm trying to do my hair, the baby wants feeding. Like it was a lot to get out of the house, was easily like 4 hours. I'm not joking now, it could have been quicker than that, but I'm already a drag, so to add a baby to that, drag. So I needed to cut down that. I needed to take that time down to at least 2 hours, 3 hours if, but 2 hours I'm trying to go for. So yeah, start using the breast pump. Little did I know I was well overdoing it, because I'm sure as most of you know, or you may not know, the more milk you use, the more you will produce. I'm telling you, within about a week, I was running to Boots. When I say running to Boots, because I couldn't get enough breast pads to plug the amount of milk that I was producing. Yeah, I couldn't get enough breast pads to mop up the amount of milk that I was producing. Listen, the regret was immediate. Like, the breast pump was amazing, but what I did to myself, I caused more harm than good by bringing on that amount of flow that was coming out, to the point where I even had to go and buy, you know, bed hospital pads, like them things that they put on your bed after you have a baby and or you've had an operation, or for people who are incontinent and they keep wetting themselves, or whatever the case may be. I had to buy them pads to lay down on my bed, because I would wake up not even in the morning, in the middle of the night, and my bed would be soaking wet with the breast pads on. So that's now soaked up, and I would take them out, they'd be soaking wet, like I'd literally was squeezing milk into them. My flow was too much on accident. Like, it was an accident. Like, I'm sorry, I didn't mean it, please stop this. It was ridiculous. Like, I would take my bra off, whatever, there would be milk going everywhere. I would sit in the bath and my water would turn white. Like, no exaggeration, like, this is the amount of milk that was going on. So how can I leave the house now? What am I going to be doing? Like, out for lunch and be like, 1 minute, let me just go and change my breast pad. Like, this is like, it's so bad, I'm going to have to change it every 20 minutes. Like, it was mad. Then I start looking on the internet for like ways to decrease it. Like, I'm not going to lie, I was happy. Like, I used to have so much. I could fill up like bags and bags and bags of milk and put it in the freezer, and then whenever someone was babysitting, I could be like, here's a load of breast milk, take that, you nice and it would literally get them through the day because I had so much. But then it's like the more I was producing, the more I was using, which is making me produce more. Like, it was just a never-ending cycle of chaos. Like, then I started looking on the internet of ways to decrease it. I was reading things like, oh, put lettuce in your bra, put like a leaf. Oh, was it cabbage? Cabbage. I went and bought cabbage here, took a leaf of the cabbage off, put it in my bra. Like, I'm thinking, how is this gonna work? Because if that's on, then I can't have the breast pad on. Then it's peak. I tried it. All that happened was I got a bloody cabbage leaf full of milk. It did not work. Like, it was horrendous, absolutely horrendous. So then it just started putting me off the whole thing. Then what happened there now? I'm gone. So then I thought, and don't get onto, well, I don't really care if you get onto me, I don't care. I do what I need to do. But then I thought, you know what? I've got to do something drastic. I need to half the amount of breast milk that I'm using by now incorporate. Oh, that's what was happening now. I started to go a bit wild. So, like, I don't know if the baby just didn't want to eat as much, but oh, that's what happened. The health visitor come, and obviously they weigh the baby every so often, and she's telling me, oh, the baby's losing weight. All this baby does is eat. Oh, we're gonna come back in 2 days, see the weight then, and then if not, she may have to be admitted. I'm like, admitted? Like, what is going on? So, all right then, cool. I'm in a full panic now, but I'm thinking I ain't gonna start shoveling her with more milk because she's already having enough milk. I mean, she's getting as much milk as I can give. So if she ain't putting on the weight, or furthermore, not only not putting on weight, she's losing weight, we need to now look into this further. Safe. So I go about the next 2 days normal. They come back, that was like Wednesday. They come back on Friday and say, oh, we need to wear her again. She's still, oh, I can't remember if she had lost weight or she still hadn't put on a significant amount of weight. But all I know is she wasn't at the weight on the centile that she was supposed to be at that stage in life. All right, cool. You and her are getting admitted to hospital tonight. Can't lie, if I'm like, the devastation, the last place you want to be. Like, you've just had a baby, like, unless the baby's sick, you don't want to be in hospital again. So they've got me on this dumb children's ward, monitoring me every 2 seconds, coming in telling me about sleep safe and this. Anyway, I've kind of come off the breastfeeding topic, but during that period they basically said, even though she's getting a lot of breast milk, it's not the most nourishing breast milk, so she's not getting what she needs from it, essentially. And this is one of the main reasons why I wanted to talk about this, because people always say, oh, breast milk's the best, breast milk's the best, breast milk's the best. But yeah, people are always saying breast milk's the best, but what about when that breast milk ain't even good? So basically, this is what they're telling me. Getting decent breast milk, but it ain't doing the job. So she ain't gaining the weight that's necessary. So they're saying to me, oh, you might need to put her on formula. I'm saying, nah, like, let's work through this a little bit. Let's just push, let's just see how it goes. So they're saying, oh, we're gonna keep her in, monitor the weight gain for the next couple of days. So I'm thinking, yo, I'm gonna feed up this baby like never before. So I'm feeding her, and obviously you still don't really know what's going on. Like, I'm thinking, yo, this bit, like, usually I'm thinking, yeah, the baby needs to sleep through the night. Now I'm thinking, yo, wake up, like, time to eat, because if you don't eat, we ain't getting out of this hospital. That's my thought process. Furthermore, this is like, oh, it was like Friday. I remember actually it was a Friday, because I had my order of patties I was supposed to be getting. It was a Friday, and I had my friends. It was like a memorial of his death. My friend Kyrie, it was a memorial of his death. So I had to be there for the Sunday. So I'm like, oh, was it Monday? One of the days, and all I knew was that I had to be out by the Sunday or the Monday. So I've got 2 days. Like, it sounds mad, but I got 2 days to get this job done before I got to go now. So anyway, fast forward, 2 days go past. The baby put some weight, enough weight for them to say, all right, then you're on the right track. She needs to go, but she needs to eat consistently in this amount of time and blah blah blah. And you need to make sure that you're eating and drinking the right amount. Because I was eating terrible. It's not that I was eating terrible. I wasn't eating at all. I was on 1 bag of liquid. I was drinking wine because obviously I had my breast milk cranked in bags. I was just like, yeah, I don't need to breastfeed today. I'm gonna just not breastfeed for a bit so I can have a drink with my mates. That's basically my thought process. Like, I'm not even gonna lie, like, party girl 101. Like, I'm chilling. And all I'm thinking is, fine, I ain't giving the baby no breast milk that's contaminated, but at the same time my diet's crap, so whatever rubbish, the result of my rubbish diet is meaning I've got breast milk but it's rubbish basically. So anyway, 2 days go past, they let us go out of the hospital. That same week I started mixing in a formula, so I'm still using the breast pump. I'm still using the breast pump. Oh yeah, whilst I was in hospital, I can't remember exactly how it happened, but my breast milk, the amount of it that I was producing died down by magic. So I'm still using the breast pump, but I'm kind of scared of the breast pump a bit. But I just decided, I made a decision. Spoke to my other half about it. He said, yeah, fine. I don't know why you would struggle breastfeeding when there's formula, but I was thinking I want to do the right thing. Like, it's my first child, like, I want to breastfeed. And obviously by this time she was, I think, going on 4 months. So yeah, breastfed for 4 months, and after like 2 weeks of mixing breast milk and formula, it was just too much of an easy life to just make a bottle, just make a bottle, just make a bottle, to the point where I was solely breastfeeding in the night because I couldn't be bothered to get up and make a bottle. That I was just formula. It went from breast milk to formula to just formula forever. And before you know it, I'd completely stopped breastfeeding, made the milk dry up, and that was it. The second time now, I think I breastfed for, obviously after the whole tongue tie issue, which obviously refer back to that video. I ain't gonna go into all of that again. But I think I breastfed for, after getting the tongue tie sorted and the whole procedure and this and that, I think I breastfed that time for another 4 months again. And this breast milk was the opposite. Before I had a superior flow. This time I'd be using the breast pump, and I'm looking at it, and I've been on it an hour, legit an hour. And I'm lifting it up and I'm like, I've got 2 ounces. Like, I've got the breast pump on full blast. Like, you can see it pulling its best. It's pulling its best to the point where it will be pulling so much you can hear, you can hear air coming out. There's nothing left in there to come out. So with that one, the first one, I stopped breastfeeding by choice. The second time I was forced to, because I weren't getting no breast milk out anyway, so I was gonna end up basically in the same predicament. Because the first time I had the milk, but the milk had no nutrients, but this time I just point blank didn't have the breast milk. And I don't know if it was because I was shook to use the pump this time. I was reluctant because I didn't want the big flow of milk. But then there's women who don't have a pump. Yeah, there's women who don't use pumps and their breast milk flow is fine. So it's like, you know, there's not really no balance. But yeah, that's me in my 2 pregnancies having 2 totally different scenarios happen, which in turn caused me to stop breastfeeding. So don't be thinking, yo, if I stop, like, you got these people who, why you not breastfeeding? Are you breastfeeding? Oh, formula, blah blah blah. I breastfed my child. Breastfeeding is the best thing. That's fine. That's fine for you. If you don't want to breastfeed, period, that's up to you. But don't mix, even like when there's circumstances involved where you're thinking, yo, I might have to let this one go, or I might have to add something else to it. Do that. Like, don't sit there on the fence and be like, yo, I've got to breastfeed because this person's watching and what's my mom gonna say and this and that. Don't put the child in danger because you want to be proud and you want to put on a show and you want to impress everybody with your ultimate breastfeeding skills. So the baby's biting your nipple because you're breastfeeding them at 2 years old. Don't be silly. I say that to say this. Breast milk is the best. Okay? Breast milk is the best. Any further child I have, I'm going to breastfeed again and again and again unless I can't. Breast milk, so long as you got a good diet, is always going to be the best thing. It's always going to be the best thing. I'm 100% for it, 100% recommend it, but I'm saying don't kill up yourself. And plus, formula is expensive. Formula is expensive. You will notice you've gone from the baby who eats constantly was eating for free. Now you're spending up to £13 on formula that lasts a week. You're now on £26 every 2 weeks. £39 every 3 weeks. £42 a month you're looking at. On average, that's on average. If you got a baby who eats more, peak fear. So yeah, that's just what I want to say. That's my experience. Obviously, comment, add, let me know your experiences. Let me know if this has helped you. Like, share, subscribe. And yeah, that's it for this one. Take care, guys.